Hey everybody, welcome to Celebrating Sobriety. I've got a few videos out that talks about rehabs, getting sober, the steps, all the options we have today for getting sober. Um, what I want to talk about today uh, is trying to figure out how to do some meditation and stick with it, especially with our minds. They race so much that we can't sit still in a chair very long. And I will never forget this. What happens is when we stop drinking or drugging, our mind races even more because we don't know what we're going to do. We don't know where we're going to go. We don't know anything. We hope we can keep our job. We can keep our spouse. We can keep making money, stay in the same line of work. But we're half crazy at that point. What we have to focus on is learning how to get past that. And this is very, very hard for a lot of people to grasp. To them, it seems like craziness. To me, it did 36 years ago. People talk to me about asking God for help. I don't feed me that because I grew up in Catholic schools and nuns with rulers and vicious, mean. That's what I thought, anyways, at that time. Anyway, thinking about that, you're asking for help. You're trying to bang out a day of sobriety. You're lonesome. You probably cry. You don't know what you're going to do. Um, Today we get some fantastic medications and um, different programs that may help. I don't know a lot about them because I don't care. I don't need them today. I have my way, which I try to explain to people, but I'm certainly very open-minded to all that stuff. I've studied a lot of it, watched a lot of it. I've spoken universities a long time ago, and I just want to help someone that's struggling that really doesn't know what to do and they've tried a lot of things. And if I can do that, I've done a good job. I'm retired. This is what I do. I just try to give back what I have. With that, I know the things that worked and I know the things that don't work. And that may be different for people because I realized along the years that we're not all the same. Um, like I said before, when we get into AA meetings and all the prayers that people would talk about, and you got to say your prayers and you got to do this, it just made me want to throw up. I had had enough of that in school. But what really helped me, and I did do, I followed through, I learned how to pray, and I learned that what I learned in school was not real spirituality. It's something I think you have to get into some kind of trouble in life before you finally figure that out. And fortunately for me, I did. And it was a huge part of me getting sober. It still is to this day. It keeps my sanity. Um, so I think that once you've got a little bit of time under your belt, I had mentioned this numerous times about medication. I mean, meditation, I'm sorry, is something I couldn't wrap my head around for a long time. Um, you know, people, gurus holding their hands out, sitting on a cliff with their legs crossed. I said, this foolishness is not something that I'm interested in. And I had a very, very good sponsor. He was an older guy. He was a tough guy. The people in my group were tough kids. They were, they were all drinkers. A lot of us knew each other, and alcoholics they turned into, like myself. And we learned a lot from this one man. And he was the same way. He said, I lived one day at a time when I was on the street. He said, I'm just living one day at a time now, only it's a lot different. I pray to stay away from that one drink. And he said, and I cleared up. So the best part of this all is when you sit still. You say some prayers. Some of my prayers are not even prayers. They're words from me, from my heart, that I just say, help me. Just help me for today. Wherever you are, whoever you are, we can do this today together. Whether it's the universe, whether it's the God that I believe in, which is just God. Some people pray to Jesus. Some people pray to the Messiah. It doesn't matter. I think none of us really know, but we're all going the same place eventually. So with that, I think you have to start meditation. To some people, it turns them off. But acceptance, understanding, silence, and peace opens the door to a higher intelligence. I wouldn't believe that if somebody told me, but it's true. It really does. But it takes a long time, and people get tired of trying. I'm speaking for myself. This is what I did, and I hear it from other people, and they give up and they don't believe it, and I didn't believe it. And I had a sponsor that said, "I'm going to tell you what. This is how you're going to have to do it." He said, I want you to sit in the same place every day, anytime, any part of the day. But find your special spot, whether it's on your back porch, your kitchen chair, your living room with nothing on. Just shut everything off so it's completely silent. And wherever you stay in the light, stay in the dark, do whatever you want, but do this. Just stay in peace and let your mind run and recognize what your mind is doing. Within minutes, you're not sitting in that chair. You're long gone. You are thinking about the job. You're thinking about your wife. You're thinking about what you're going to have for dinner. You think about everything all in a split second. When we calm down and we leave our mind open for a short period of time, spirituality leaks in. It's nothing but a little piece of contentment. It's a little piece of, there's nothing on my mind right now. And that is the beginning. And that's what I would like to, in this video, I want to tell people that that's a beginning. And I want you to every day look for that spot. Don't forget, make it the most important thing of your day. Find that chair, that spot, whether it's in your yard, in the park, or if you're in the front seat of your vehicle at a lake. It doesn't matter, but someplace that's comfortable, someplace that's quiet. If you're working and you're a very busy person, you have kids, you need about 5-10 minutes and just sit still and try to empty your head. Don't try to think about what you have to do tomorrow. Do you have any gas in your car? What about this letter I got? It, all that stuff is so insignificant to just living a happy day. All of it, none of it. Throw it all out the window. I don't care if it's something from the president. Don't look at it for 10 minutes. 10 minutes is your time, because we're eaten up by people. We people please. We try and make people happy, our boss, our husband, our wife. Um, we try to make doctors happy. We lie to them. I mean, it's just, it's awful. All this mumble jumble will start to melt, because what happens is we start to slow down and start to think, and we're using our brain correctly when we start to think. Once we do that, you will think correctly. This is the craziest thing you could possibly imagine, but I don't care what program you're in. I don't care if it's medication you're getting from the doctor. These things will all make you stay away from alcohol, but you still have to walk around with you. You are the problem. And if you're not opening up somewhere during the day for a couple of minutes, even if you just say a prayer that you know, and that's all you do, and you sit quietly, that's enough. But that one thing, you have to do that every day, 5 minutes. Every day, put it on the wall, check it off, whatever it is you have to do, but do that. And you don't even know what you're doing, but that's okay. What you're doing when you do that is you're training your mind to stop. Because this is all, we're all going through the same thing. We're all thinking of, we get so many people involved in our lives. Everyone's doing 110,000 miles an hour. We are not meant to be that way. We came to this earth, we were meant to be peaceful, happy, helping others, and it's all gone. It's all, not all of it, I mean, but it's different. Hey, Leo, get off my table. But when you do gain a little bit of peace, you'll notice it when you continue to do this. It'll get a little bit better every day, and at one point, you will have maybe only seconds of really good peace, some real peace. And what happened to me is, I said, I don't know what the hell that was, but I didn't feel anything, pain, problems, nothing was in my head. And that is the beginning of meditation. So what I want you to do, no matter where you are, if you've been sober for 100 years, this is what makes my life as beautiful as it is that I can now appreciate the tiny things in life. Walk through a garden with my wife and look at the butterflies and not even have to say a word. Just say, this is unbelievable. This is great. People today will think of that and say, I don't have time to look at butterflies. That's too bad, because you're missing an awful lot. So with that, I want to just get that into your head, that to try that. This is the beginning of a long journey, and I'm going to I'm writing a book on how to do that in my life, uh, and how I got to that point. But for now, you're trying to get the day in. If you're chronic alcoholic, it's tough. If you're just, a homemaker, and you're a woman that works from home and is raising your family, or your husband that's doing that, um, that's all well and great, and you don't have much time. And I understand that. And there's very little time for anything, but you've got to find it. You've got to find that 5 minutes to 10 minutes to yourself. And you just have to talk to someone in your head, not out loud, in your head. This seems like crazy stuff to a lot of people, but just say, please, God help me. Take a deep breath, relax for a minute, and then stay there. Take another deep breath, completely relax, and focus on nothing but God, the universe, whatever it is that helps us out, that's very natural. And it's there, and you will find that out. But with that, that's the beginning of a peaceful, sober life. Um, and some people are not at that point where they had to go to detox. They're taking medications and it's working for them. They don't have the desire to drink. That's excellent. That's the one piece that I think that all other programs do miss. A lot of them don't. A lot of them will steer you towards the spiritual part. But some of these guru meditators that are on YouTube, I even have a hard time trying to do what they do, and they are on a completely different level. The only thing that I know is that it works and it helps me. It calms me. It helps me. I don't fly off the handle. I don't get angry. Um, if you're a businessman, you may find yourself doing that, but you handle things better. And answers come to you, and you recognize that when that happens. Answers will come to you, and it calms you. It works in reverse. It's the strangest thing when you first feel this, but it gets so much better. So with that, I just wanted to get that one out first before I do my next one. My next one is going to be some of the things that I did drinking. Um, and then I'm going to get into more of the healing aspect of yourself. Until then, have a great day and don't drink, don't take any drugs today. This is Larry McDonald celebrating sobriety.